You guys, I have something really exciting to share with you today. I got this letter from Amitabh Bachchan today. I had sent him my book, Monkeys in My Garden. You see, in childhood, I was friends with his daughter, and he had even taken me for shooting to Ooty for his movie Shahenshah. They were shooting a song. And so I just thought it's been such a long time, let me send him a signed copy of my book. And I couldn't believe it. 2-3 days later, he responded and sent me this beautiful letter, which I have to share with you. I'm so humbled and just awed. Dearest Sharika, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to hear from you. I am honored to receive a copy of your first book, a memoir, Monkeys in My Garden. I look forward to the pleasure of going through it soon, when time permits. Do appreciate your efforts to preserve wildlife. Meanwhile, my earnest prayers and best wishes for the success of this publication. May it receive the raves it merits. With best wishes, Amitabh Bachchan. Signed. God, I'm going to frame this thing. I'm going to cherish this for life. So this is the book many of you are familiar with. And Ashwin Sanghi called it incisive, inquisitive, imaginative. He's a best-selling author, and Preeti Zinta said it's an entertaining, thought-provoking book, deeply reflective of our times. I'm just going to read like 3 paragraphs for you. My first flight in a helicopter was with an actor, Amitabh Bachchan. His daughter Shweta and I were friends around the time we were 12. She invited me to join her family in Ooty, where her father was shooting for a movie, Shahenshah. Amit uncle took us to a Chinese restaurant on the evening I arrived in Mumbai. It was my first time in the city and first attempt at using chopsticks. That night I had a tormenting ache in my stomach, and by morning I had diarrhea. Unbeknownst to me, a hostile bacterium had hitched an unwelcome ride on my chopsticks to my tummy. Jaya auntie gave me a pill to calm my system down. It got me to Ooty without an incident, but once again at nightfall my stomach gave way, and this time it was worse. I had to wash my underpants before anyone woke up and hang them up to dry in the bathroom us girls were sharing. I had many firsts on this trip. I'd never been on a film set. It was far from what I knew of my world of politics. Filmmaking was something else altogether. It was sheer creativity. It was fantastic. I watched the actress Meenakshi Seshadri roll down a verdant hill wearing makeup, high heels and a flouncy dress over and over again until the director was satisfied with the shot. I heard the song they were picturizing in Ooty so many times that I can never forget it. जाने दो मुझे जाना है, वादा जो किया है वो निभाना है. I would pull up my plastic chair and sit next to Meenakshi Seshadri on location every day. She was friendly and smiled a lot. I liked that. She sailed through grueling schedules without complaint. Her work ethic was inspiring. Mr. Bachchan required white shoes to match the trousers he was wearing for the song sequence. The costume department hadn't managed to arrange them for him, and so the director removed his own white leather shoes, which he happened to be wearing coincidentally, and gave them to Mr. Bachchan. For the rest of the day, the director worked in his socks. The shoes of the actor destined to become so renowned in his later years that he would simply be called Big B were too hallowed for the director to put on his inferior and possibly smelly feet. Despite the fact that my stomach was upset for most of my holiday with the Bachchan family, the fascination I developed with filmmaking on that trip stayed. It is no coincidence that I ended up doing graduation in mass communication from California, became producer producing television shows, and now I'm writing my first film script.
रिश्ते में तो हम तुम्हारे बाप होते हैं